Jumping into this, a quick reminder, everyone, this talk is intended for educational purposes only. Let's take a brief second on SPY here. The main thing that I'm looking at, just to recap what Mario was talking about, our last session, 3-8, on this particular day, we were focused pretty heavily on the lows from late Feb. We got some late people coming in. Let me let them in. And basically the idea was, you know, like Mario was just saying, where do we go from here? Well, now we've got some resolution in the market. We have the major FOMC behind us. We got the big OPEX behind us. So a lot of remember in the last session, I was saying the market hates uncertainty. Now that uncertainty is behind us, it's a little bit more of a clear picture here. So following that hangout, you know, the main watch again was the downtrend that we were in, a steady series of lower highs, and we are now breaking that with about 6 trading sessions higher now. I think it was something like 8%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, about 8.5%. So moving forward, the question is, you know, the question is always, what is next? We have seen quite a strong move over the last few days. Frankly, what I was looking for was more of a sideways move around this 440 area through here. That's what I was kind of hoping for, some consolidation through here before the next leg higher. We did not really see that. We had the doji yesterday, which can be expected at the 200 MA there, and now we're clearing higher. And so the main thing that I'm looking at into the end of week and into the start of next week is this kind of highlighted zone that I have here. And the reason this is important to me is, number one, we've got the volume that you can see there on the far left side of the screen, high volume node there. This was the prior all-time high. Then when we kind of came down, we retested again, and then in January, that was the major level to be watching. And so when we bounced in January, you could see we retested that zone again. And so there's going to be the 450 to, if I get the pen off, we could get some exact levels here. 450 to 455. Yeah, I know that it's kind of wide. I hate to give areas that are that wide because, you know, again, it can...
It's not that wide. It's not that wide because it's 400. So we're talking about 1%, 1.5, right?
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
But you know, that's kind of the main area to be watching. Now the question, and I'm sure that Mario will touch on this as well, is, you know, is this a V-shaped recovery like we have seen so frequently? You know, a lot of traders, a lot of investors have been totally conditioned to be buying the dip. And are we continuing to see that? You know, I'm not gonna make any calls here on that, but that is definitely the question that is on everyone's mind. And so as far as levels to be watching, again, it's the 450 to 450 zone. I am cautious moving forward over these next few days, just because 6 days higher, 8%. We have to think about probabilities. What is the probability that we continue to see this kind of strength? Well, the more days we show this kind of upward move, the less likely that continuation becomes. So just something to keep in mind there. Now, whether or not we put in a move that retest the 200 MA and then bounce, I have no idea, right? More of a reactionary trader, but just some areas to be watching. 446 is where our 200 MA currently sits. So Mario, go ahead and pass it off to you, sir.
200 MA. Perfect.
Let me make you host here. Okay, I should be good.
Yeah, I am. Screen 2. You can take it back, sir.
Okay.
Move my control because then I'm gonna be crazy trying. Okay, so welcome everybody. Let's see, today, Tuesday, March 22nd. So last time we met, still on a weekly sell setup. But what was the problem? And we were talking about this, you know, all the time. I think I hope that through repetition, Kyle, myself, finally have ingrained in our subconscious minds that I don't like trading the bottom of a wide range, nor buying the top of a wide range, unless very specific circumstances happen, right? But those are like the exception rather than the norm, right? So we have a daily between 350 and 320. Let's see what happens with the location. What is this guy talking about? This is the last time we met, right? So the location was right here. We talked last hangout, right? And we were closing into the 320, 350 to 320. That's 30%. That's 30 points. So that's 10% down. So I'm not the guy that want to go right here, even though we said, hey, we break for a momentum trade. It's okay. Why? Because you're increasing the volume. So you can see right here that we were going up. So actually there was like some momentum getting into the market right here, right? They try to bring it back up, so down. So I'm going through this minutia because this is the kind of things, this is the kind of moments where we can make a whole bunch, right? I know we're not going to lose a lot because we take our stops pretty fast. So if you're wrong, you just kill it. So you're not going to lose a lot of money. The problem is the opportunity cost. If you're not paying attention to the levels and you don't know exactly what is it you want to do. So last time we say tomorrow for the hangout, we say 330 to 340 and we got up. So of course we went 330 to 340 right here, right? So that was the next day after the hangout. Then we have a couple of days that I just discuss with you guys that I don't like, right? This is not for me. This is not high odds trading, right? What do I do here? Do I buy? Yeah, if I'm buying, my stop is right here. So guess what? You get long right here in your swings, you get stopped out. You lost a lot of money, right? 320. Why do you have 15 points stopping the queues? I don't want to do those trades, right? So you still in a downtrend. So you can, I mean, you just have to give it room, right? So I don't want to give it room for this one to continue making new lows. So that was not a high out trade for me. This is probably a good short if you were there that day. And this is the last, like trying to make it. So yeah, if you're a good scalper, you can probably short these 2 days. Now, this is the key day. This is the key thing, right? Because we went through some examples. I think it was like a couple sessions ago, probably 2-3 sessions. I invite you to go and check them. We talk about the springs and all that stuff into wyckoff and those type of reversals. I used to call them traps, right? And I love trading those. I love trading those. It's a little bit counter, but if you got the location right, you got the elements right for that type of strategy, is just great. Okay, so this is what we got. So we held at 317 and then we exploded, right? Similar to what Kyle just showed us with the SPY, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days up, right? Yesterday we were testing the 50 MA, declining, by the way, declining 50 MA on the Qs. So after 4 or 5 days, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the day off and just going to see, because this is not a high out trade for me, right? What am I going to do right there? Short, hard, unless I take the low of the green candle, right? So I saw the market and it was trying to break. So I say, okay, best case scenario for yesterday would have been like a massive move up right at the open. It didn't happen. So I was like, okay, it's probably going to be a second day trade, but it's not a second day trade. Why? Because we're not coming off a base, guys. We're coming from 5 days up. So I cannot call this one a second day play, right? Or a 1, 2, 3, not by my book. So I say, you know what? Just give it time. Let's see what happens tomorrow, right? So the main thing that I want you what I bring here is we still, I think we posted about this like last Friday, now the Friday prior to this Friday. And we said the main thing we got to be watching is the pullback into support on a monthly chart, meaning this is a monthly buy. So we're looking at this monthly buy and we didn't know where, well, actually we haven't closed the month. So we don't know if it's going to be the 350. Ideally, we will close over this red bar right here, which is like 360 something, right? If not, then we're going to have to wait till April to start taking the high from March. But this is pretty good. We see the buyers right here pretty much. So let's come back into the daily. And this is where we are, right? So we identified this 340 by 350 range, right? This is where we stock and this is where we put the prior pivot, actually the last pivot, right? The last higher low. It was right here, 340 by 350. You see the size of the bar is 350 by 340. So we got this solid thing. That's exactly the same move we did here. So I know 350 is a level that has to hold. If you want to give it a little bit more time, I'll give it like yesterday's low, but that's it. Once you start getting into this range, pretty tight range, 350 by 340, you have to start thinking we're going to touch 340, right? So now from here, where are we? I have an alert right here, 360. 360 is a high volume node on the Qs. So once I go 360, I should hit 368, right? So what do I mean? What do I mean by this? Like tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the 355 to 358. If we don't break 360, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to probably take a reversal trade into 355 because that's like 2%, and that should be enough. But if we continue making new highs, 360, one thing for sure, we're going to be right in that momentum to, I don't know, 368. Is this thing just going to continue, right? However, we have a major hurdle right here, that 368, 370. Until we don't get out of here. Look at this. We have the 368 right here. Then we have the 380, which is a big base right here between 380 and 400. So we still got a lot of, I know on the monthly looks like we're right there, like this is from here to here, but if you start putting into percentages, this is quite a lot. I mean, we just bounced like 11%, but we were down 22, I think, at the lows. So that's the main thing. So where do we go from there? QQQ is very strong of the daily support levels. We saw that one, right? Monthly moving average after the pullback, right? So the first level to watch is the area 340, 350. We talk about this one. So this is your support. Is an area. I'm not talking about a level. I cannot say here if we're going to hold 350, 349, 346. So I'm talking 350 to 340. This should be an area. Why? Because if this is an initial move into a new uptrend, we should and we could make a pullback that holds through 340, and then we go into new all-time highs. Pretty clear, right? This is like up, pull back into 340, new highs. That's the beginning of a new uptrend. So the level that I'm looking is 340 by 350. A close on the 350 can signal some selling to the 340. I'm not going to try to catch and just say, oh, you know what? I can get long right here because if it doesn't work, my stop is right here. Well, probably your stop could be 330 and they're still going to stop you out and then just make a new high. So make sure you know exactly what is the pattern that you're the pattern that you're trading, right? If we continue strong, that's what we're talking. It closed over 360, can test the 200 MA, now sitting flat at 368, 370, which is right here. You should be able to see it. That's why we have the, moving averages and all that stuff. Don't get confused with all the lines that I have. It's just so that you can, like, if you don't know, if you need more time doing TA, you know, like, okay, he's going from the 50 MA to the 200 MA. Okay, I get it. 350, 370. Pretty simple. That's how you do it, right? 368, 370 area. Keep in mind, a range between 350 and 370 is highly likely if the bulls continue to control. The main concern as far as trading this is where do I enter, right? That's the main concern. What Kyle says is like, where do I enter? Like, I'm bullish right here, right? Even if we start pulling back, I'm still going to be bullish, meaning not that day, but I'll be looking for pullbacks, stocks that I want to buy, right? And then you start like trying to time it into the monthly buy. This is all I'm trying to do, guys. And this is why we're emphasizing so much in here. Don't lose perspective, because if you lose it and you don't know what we're trying to do is do the monthly buy watch that we have, then you're going to start shorting the 317s and 316s. And well, I don't know. That's not what I do. That's not what I like to do. I'm a trend trader, right? So some examples, right? You have a pen, pencil, paper, software running. You can sleep on this, guys. This is a sample, right? So Tesla, higher low pivot. This is a commentary from the last hangout. Tesla, higher low pivot. We were looking for the higher low pivot right here, right? So we came back. Here's the higher low pivot. Here's the low. Here's the higher low pivot. Watch 800. Here's the 800 right there. 900. Right? And 1,000. 1,000 is 2 standard deviations. By the way, I made that same commentary today with Baba. You got to know where you are. You're coming from 2 standard deviations, negative 2 standard deviations to positive 2 standard deviations. That's 4 standard deviations. On a single move, very likely that unless you have massive volume, you're not gonna break to the upside. So I give it a shot the first time, like Baba today. I try it. When I saw taking a new high, I put my stop on the break, and now I'm out. Done. I don't want to waste more time on that one. Why? We start 2 standard deviations. You gotta have filters. You gotta know exactly when your trades are gonna work, or not exactly when they're gonna work, because nobody knows when they're gonna work, but when they have higher chance. So if I'm buying this one at, say, the moving average, I know I can probably hit 1 standard deviation pretty easy. That'll be like the minimum amount that you should work. Just on noise, just on momentum. Now, when you start going 2 standard deviations, 3 standard deviations, and you're trying to play momentum over that, you better have some news. You better have some RBOV. I was talking about RBOV in Baba the day we were trading for the pullback, for the reversal. It was 11. So that's the day you want to be on top of that. Otherwise, just scan, come up with a better idea, because that one's low odds, right? You're just wasting your time. Now, the other trade that we have is the square, right? We say still holding the 100, right? 100 by 130 right here. That's your 100. 100 by 130. That was the easier trade. Again, middle, which is pretty much the moving average, into 1 standard deviation. That should be easy. Second one is 142, 143. It's 2 standard deviations. You're done, right? First higher low pivot on watch. Again, say today we hit 145, so that's 145%. Now, where do we go from here? We have massive volume and we have low volume these last 2 days. So what I'm going to be doing is this one is 133 for 153. So I got a range right here. I'm going to be working with this range. 133 is this node right here around. I have my 50 MA, and this one has plenty of room to go, because 160 is like where I'm likely to go. Now, what's the problem with 160? Well, I'm thinking 158 is probably going to give me some problem. 153 is going to give me some problem. So, but this one's enough for us to probably take it all the way to 180. Okay, so that one stays, and that's the reason why we're here, right? Let's do some live scanning now. So let's go into, now that we have those 2 out of the way, because I need to emphasize that it's not every single idea that is going to work. But when you find one of those ideas that is setting up perfectly, that we've been watching, that we have a plan for, please drill it down. Nobody's going to tell you, bro, you're calling 10 times this thing. Sometimes you call 10 times something that is going to move 50 cents. Please call 100 times something that has a target of 40%, 50%, 100%. That's what we need to be on top of. So let's do, okay, we did the Tesla, we do. Just for the sake of argument, Apple, of course, is going to be 172 is the point of control. This is where we're going, right? So this is pretty much the market, guys. It's not that I hate it. It's just that is the market. So you can do the Qs, right? Or you can do Apple, same, right? Right here, you wait, hold, 200 MA, go long, 50 MA target 1, and now we're into the same situation as with the Qs. You may want to go 169, 170. Point of control is going to be at 172, so you're going to have some overhead right there, probably 174. And keep evaluation, but it's not my go-to trade. If I want to do that, I'll go with the market. So that's Apple, unless, again, I make the salvity of telling you guys, unless you have some news or some catalyst that is going to prompt it to actually move different than the market. Otherwise, it's just a market stock. Same with Amazon. With Amazon, I want to bring something to your attention. We have a 200 MA right here. So we just touched it today, right? The problem is, well, actually not a problem. This is one of the things, right? You see, guys, what the volume is. So we know there's a lot of overhead. Now, were these guys underwater when it went down all the way to 27? That's a lot of money that we're losing. right? So the main thing we gotta watch is if some people, once they start like coming into here and start failing, so some of these guys that are trapped long, because these guys, they've been long for, what is it, like a year and something now? And now you're telling me that you're losing money, you find it back to break even, and now we have a Fed that wants to raise interest rates, so people are going to be discouraged to be shopping or whatever it is. I don't know because I don't do fundamentals. I'm pretty bad at that. I lost my economy and my economic classes and all of that stuff. But keep in mind, the chart is going to tell us. So what I'm trying to tell you is like, this is as good as a long as it is as a short. All you have to do is short versus this, or once you start breaking 32, 33, and you come all the way down to the 50 MA, you can retest the 50 MA, even if we're beginning a new uptrend in the daily chart, which is not, if you ask me, this is sideways move. So for Amazon, what I'm looking is for 34.56. If you want to go long, 34.56, that's the safest place, and you go for all-time highs, right? But once you start breaking under, actually versus 32.96, under 32, you can probably see a pullback all the way to 30.82. So I'm going to write that down. So Amazon on the 32, under 33.50. By the way, we don't break 33.50. We can probably go all the way to 32, 31.28. Yeah, 31.28. Should be able to come all the way down here, right? There's nothing right here. This is just the market going higher. So he's bringing all the boats up. So that's Amazon. I'm gonna get rid of the easier ones, boring ones. Microsoft, what I'm looking for Microsoft is we finally crossed 300 again today. I was looking this one today, but never really gave me much volume, so it was not in play. But we went over 301, which is a 200 MA. We went over the 50 MA. We're forming and we're working on this monthly buy, right? So Microsoft can go all the way 308. So what I have for Microsoft is you can do a momentum trade tomorrow between 305 and 308. Once we get over 310, I want to be in that trade for 315 and 320. Okay, so that's pretty much a market play that you can do. Like if the market's strong tomorrow, we can probably do 305, 308, 310, 320. Pretty simple also. Then we do Nvidia, which for Nvidia, it's quite different right here, because what I'm trying to do is look at the monthly buy that we have right here. So 272, I think it was SIP that was on top of this one, because we have it at 270, but I think now it's 272. We fail at 272. You can see it right there, the sellers, right? Look, exactly 272.52. That's the offer right there, 272.52. So pretty simple how we trade this one. Well, keep in mind that this is 12 points, right? So it's a range, very tight by the last 2 days. So I want to play that range. It's 272 by 260, right? Over 272.50, right? We're going to start kicking into that monthly buy, and we can hit 284 for target one. So Nvidia over 272, target one, 284, and that's not the real target, right? Real target should be in the 300s. So it's going to be 284 and 300, right? That's assuming the market is going to continue higher and everything, right? Once we start breaking 260, again, I'm assuming the market, again, for those that are just joining, the market is about to hit some sort of overhead resistance. So if we hit that, I mean, it's no surprise that this one can go 260 all the way to 240. So we can have another trade in Nvidia. So again, Nvidia 272, right? By 260 for tomorrow. Over 272, we call it a monthly buy. We go 284, first target, 300, second target. We go on the 260, we go 240. Pretty simple. On a bad day, it should give us 240. Yeah, 240 is the point of control. So I'm sorry, like 248, 240. Those are the two targets for Nvidia. Now let's do AMD. Wow. The problem with AMD, now compare moving averages, location between Nvidia and AMD. Look where Nvidia is, right? Look at the moving averages. Look at the clean move. Look at the volume right here, Nvidia. Volume, confirmation. We have some support at 210, 209, one time, two times, three times, four times. If you want to call it, this is one, this is two, this is three, this is four, this is five. So we got support. You're going to see it something similar in Google too. So we have massive support level, reference level. I'm sorry. And then you start seeing the buyer stepping in. So you have the buyer stepping in. Now, all we do is like, okay, what is this? Are these like people just taking a little breather, a little rest before continue going higher for 300? Now, let's look at the AMD and see what's up with AMD. So AMD is still pretty much fighting the moving averages and fighting point of control. Look at the volume, no change in the volume. So it's 89%. So it's not even doing great volume. Now, the monthly chart looks like it could be a buy setup, but it was too steep right here, 164. So 60% retracement is quite a lot. Wait, so we're not out of the woods. What I want to see for AMD is probably at 120. So I want to let it trigger, like really trigger. So probably a 120 trigger for 120, 124. That's target 1 and 128. You can see how right here. So AMD 120, 124, 130. I don't want to get anticipation on that one. I don't want to do nothing with that one until I don't get the confirmation that he's actually going to go higher with volume 2. I want to see the volume. I don't see anything here. This is normal volume. Look at the difference between this one, again, and Nvidia, right? That's the difference. This is something you want to get long, not the AMD for now, okay? So that's AMD. Let's look at Google. And for Google, same that we talk about Nvidia, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches right here, 25. Again, if you break, well, you break, so you play momentum, or you do what we do, right? This is an upward move. This is a sideways consolidation at the top of the move. This is what we call probably a spring, sort of a spring, a shakeout, you can call it, looks like. So to be honest, guys, I just want to get it long this thing when we start making new highs, 3,000. I don't like it because of the price. I can't wait for the split in Amazon to come so that we can trade that one too, because I don't like these high price things, especially because they don't move that much. Even if you get let's say you bought 25 and now you up what, 300 points? That's 10% on very expensive stuff. So just keep an eye on that one. We're still in a range. If you can recall exactly what is that I'm saying, it's like you're in a range. So you range trading right here. You range trading. So if you're going to be doing some range trading, do it properly. Buy support, sell resistance, right? So that's Google. And I think I'm done with the easier ones. Now, here's some challenges, right? Here's Facebook, right? So we have the massive drop into here, massive volume right here, support. I was expecting this one to go to 175. That's what I really wanted. We never made it because the market started running. So now the question is, are we going to have a second drop that allows us to work the 175 that I wanted? Now, what I see right here is that now I have a high volume node at 208, right? You see it right there. 208 was the low from yesterday. So I could take a trade with a low from yesterday. So let me write that down. So Facebook, I want to be looking at the 208. That's a short-term sort of support, right? And once I start going on momentum, say over 220, I'm going to take it. My target will be the 235 around here. This is where the sellers came after the news. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, that was the earnings. Yeah, that was the earnings. So this right here, you see a sellers right here, 235. So probably 235 is my target one, which is also the 50 MA. So that's target one, 235, 234, 235. And then, of course, it's going to be the 245. But don't hold it. Make a note. This is a reversal. This is a reversal trade. If you don't know what a reversal trade, I'll show you. Look at the monthly chart. Going down. Look at the weekly chart, right? We're still going down, guys. This is not, you cannot say this is accumulation. Why? Because look at the volume. Look at the volume. Who's accumulating right here? You can probably call it that this is accumulation. Look at all the volume right here, but this is like just the technical
base
bounce. Exactly, right? Yeah, that's what we want. We want a base. We want something right here. This could be anything, right? This could be just short covering for all I care, right? So if that's short covering, that's pretty much all the buying that we're gonna see. So they're gonna have to bring it down to start seeing where people that actually wanna buy it and hold it for a big move are going to show up. I was thinking 175, 185 would have been like amazing entry for us. I mean, like 185, that was tough, but that was beautiful. Look, exactly to the penny, 185, 82. So now this is the way I'm approaching this one, right? And you know, when I'm doing this reversal, my target is like the moving average right there. So write it down, 220 for 235, 245 on a good market, or with Facebook doing some good volume. So now that I'm going with Facebook, you know what I totally forgot to do is bring my my matrix where I have the list that we go through. So bear with me just 1 second, and let me open it just for the sake of having the same list. Where is it? Traders Hangout right here. Okay. So we go through Facebook, and now we did Nvidia. We did, oh, okay. This one is one that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Roblox, all right? So these are the tougher ones. Look at the pattern. It's pretty much the same pattern as Facebook, right? Thing is, now look at all the accumulation that we have right here. This is what I'm talking about when I like when if I'm talking buyers, like, yeah, I can see some buying into Facebook, probably. I'm not going to argue with that. But this one, look at that. That's the point of control right there, 49.30. So all I want to see is like this guy's breaking 52, and we go all the way 58, which is 10%. And then we enter into the gap fill, right? So I don't know if these guys here are short, because if these guys with 100 something million shares are short, actually, once we go over 59, that thing can absolutely close into 67. You got that, right? Okay, so we're going for momentum. I'm going to be watching 52.30 RBLX. 52.30 is a momentum trade for 58. No, actually is before that. Is, yeah, 58.90, right? 58.90. Make a note of 58.90, that's the gap, right? And make a note that that's probably the second highest volume ever traded in that thing with 100 million. So once we go over 60, right? Let's call it 60. We don't need to, if we're going for 60, for 68, another 10%, we don't need to fight over a couple cents. So over 60, for 66 and 67, right? So that's Roblox. What I like about it, I like about this one that we have higher volume a couple days ago. So that was a move right here into point of control. We rested yesterday, and today we try to break, not a lot, not enough volume, but this is absolutely a reversal. Now, if we get some news catalyst, that'll be awesome. So Roblox stays right there. That's a good watch too. And AMD already did. We did Square. Let's do Qualcomm. So for Qualcomm, Qualcomm is so messy. Actually, I'm about to take this one off because, yeah, not even with the market clean move up, this thing is going. So yeah, I'm no call on Qualcomm, and I'm considering taking this one off. I'm getting into trouble with that one. So PayPal, and PayPal is very similar to the chart that we just saw in Facebook, what Roblox is doing, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4 days, some accumulation you can see here. So the 105 was it, right? Look at the pivot. You don't have to bid that, but like 114, that's the pivot price, and that's exactly where we could have traded yesterday, 112, 112.37. Then we have this high volume node right here, 122. So what I'm thinking is this is just a momentum. What I liked about this one, I think that's what I have Square and PayPal on my watch list, is because we're testing this high base, right? So we just have a massive run on this thing, 310, it couldn't do any wrong, and they just got killed at 100, right? So now 100 was a little bit too cheap, but see where the location was. That was exactly this point right here, 92. That was the high like three years ago, right? From there, we started seeing the accumulation, like a couple years of accumulation. Finally, we broke into 126. Last time we went over to 126, guess where we stopped? So 126 is going to be this 50 MA. So again, the same thing. Like if some of these guys remember what they did, I don't know if they're going to get involved right here, but I assume some people will be willing to take some PayPal for, 120, 120 something for a target of 180, because that's the target. Basically, once we start taking, again, same thing as with Roblox. This is massive. I really don't remember. I have to check what happened that days on the earnings report, but 140 million. That's like 7 days in 1 day. So once you start getting out of this 140 area, you go for 180. So again, so what I want is 120, 128 PayPal. And I'm doing off, side note, of monthly accumulation zone, right? I show it to you right here, the monthly accumulation zone. Once we go 129, I trade it as a momentum, 130, 140 as target 2, and over 142. Let's call it 142 because I don't want to be the guy buying 140.67 and then drop it all the way to 100 again. So I want to see it like with momentum, with strength, 160 and 180. So this one probably is going to take us a month or two. Just because of the market. If this was in a different market, I'll probably be on top of this one even higher. But remember what they did with Square. So I don't know if that's something that could translate into PayPal. So PayPal, good watch. Let's see Affirm. I don't know if we're trading that one anymore. Affirm. That was one that you guys remember that it went from 70 to 100 and something, and we couldn't get long enough that thing. Well, $26 now is almost a double right here, 43.5. So this is the other concept that one of my mentors used to teach me, right? And I think I paused, we discussed it with Kyle, like when that day when everything was going down, and he said like, wow, now what they're gonna say is that you gotta buy the strong stuff, the relative strength. And basically he was saying, wow, genius call, like making fun of them, because this is like on those particular things, on those particular days, this is where you get the money, right? You buy 26.30. I wasn't watching Affirm, I don't know why, and you make 50%. So that's the big move. That's the big move you're gonna catch with a great market. It's a great market opportunity. We don't know when's the next one gonna be. So okay, so let's keep an eye on this one, 43.50. I want to see if the weekly is telling us something right here. So it is, right? Look at the accumulation right here. We see massive volume behind us. So we have the weekly buy, not a weekly buy. I'm sorry. Let me take that back, because that's not a weekly buy. This is a weekly 180 reversal. This is an engulfing pattern. This is bullish. This is as bullish as it gets. So we should have been long 41.27. We're not. So now we're going to have to find another entry for target 248.50. Let's go back. Yeah, we can probably trade it as a momentum right here. 44.27, 44 Affirm. 44.30, let's call it 44.30 for 48. That's 10%, 52, that's 20%. Right? And the real volume right here is at $60. So that can have almost a 50%, another 50%, right? So extremely oversold. Looks like people are accumulating that one. Now, when do we change the perspective that we have on this, right? Look at the volume right here. That's the $50, right? So we know there's sellers. There was huge sellers those 2 days. So that's what we're waiting, 45.50. We're trying to get in here, right? 45.50. This is the second day. So once I start breaking the point of control, right? Because this is low volume compared to what they sold. This is like low volume. I'm not sure. I gotta make the calculation, see who's still short. Anybody can see what's the short interest on this one? Let me see. Affirm 6.95 flow short ratio 0.82. That's very low. Not a lot of people are shorting these days. So I don't think it's a short squeeze candidate, but we can absolutely go 44, 52, 48, like the idea that we just have. So Affirm, keep an eye on that one. So I think payments, PayPal, Affirm. Let's do one of the old ones that we used to like, MU, and still in that monthly range, almost hit the 70, 68, hit it right there. So that was another candidate for a trade. If you look into multiple time frame analysis, that was your entry in the 70s, but I'm not liking it. Why? Because it's not running like the market. Should have been like at least $83, $85. We only at 79. We have the 200 on top, the 50 on top, and this high volume node right here, 81. So yeah, 81 for 85, but no call on MU. I'd rather just focus on things that had a little bit more potential. Let's do some Chinese now, and let's look at BABA, which is absolutely crazy. So this is horrible stock, you know, government, Chinese government going after them, all of that stuff. Finally, we get what we like, right? So we have a gap up on massive news. Basically, they say that the Chinese government are not going to go after them, whatever, cutting some slack finally, and you have the biggest volume day ever, I'll say, probably since the IPO for BABA. So this is the day when you make your money. Like you just need to buy it, right? So then after that, what happens? So you come back into the 99, $100, 100 level, you get another day, so you can buy it another day. Not this day, you broke 100, so you don't want to buy that day. This day you hold over 100, that's your long, and here's your target too. 114, I think we did that trade too. And then you come back into 100, probably you can get long if you want to swing it, and now you dump it into today into target 120 right there. You see it? So 120, that's one right there, right? Now let's go into weekly chart approaching the 20 MA. So a lot of things right here. So when you come in here, we're still in a downtrend, right? Technically, all you need to do is just break the 100 and you're still in a downtrend. And this will be a lower high with a lower low. Once you continue, you can go like $60 and everything. So what makes it different? Well, look at the volume. So you have massive volume. So you have a lot of support. And we know that support is at 100 right there. 98, 87. That's close enough to 100 for me to be just 100. So what I want to be keeping an eye on this one is probably, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but once we go over 125, right, 130, that's a big trading in BABA. And we're thinking probably 160. That's what I want to go with BABA. So BABA, big trade I'm talking here, right? So I'm talking 128 from the weekly to 168, okay? That's the weekly. Let's go into the daily. What can we do with the daily? So let's see if the levels match. You can always trade 110 to 120. Not a big problem right there. That's 10% move, but make sure you're in the day that it actually trades. Because if you go back a month, this is one good trading day, 2, 3, 4. This is not one that I like to trade, to be honest. So I'd rather like get it into that day or probably some swings. But like I said, I really wanted 130 to 160, 130, 150, 160. On a daily, you can play with it. 120, 124. Those are your targets. Pretty simple. Just go to the daily chart and do them. So that's BABA. Let's do the Baidu. Same thing. That it traded well the day of the news. Then it's just nothing. So I don't even want to deal with that. I think we have a longer term idea on this one. Once we go over 182, still got the alerts right there. I know it's going to sound like we're going to wait 30 points to do that, but that could be one day. So we need some catalyst. Now it's, this is like 90 million and now we're doing 5 million and we're going to try to break out here. I don't think so. So 170, at least wait for 170. Baidu over 170, then over 180. That's a trade. And I'm just throwing numbers right there because I don't want to waste too much time on these ones because it's just like the day where they're going to move, everybody's going to be on top of them. There's no way going to miss this, right? Because it's got to be some news, right? So technically, it's nothing. It's just the news. So we trade the news. That's a gap up that we can trade. Bullish, beautiful. So there's JD, nothing either. I mean, like you can trade it 64, 67, 71, 74, not my type of trading. So I don't want to waste too much time on that one. Baidu, let's see Neo. I'm just going to throw it right here because it's Chinese. But this one, I was looking and I'm going to show you why I was looking at this one. I think it's the weekly chart that is telling me something on this one. Let me remind me of that one. Exactly. So what we have, you see the massive volume right here. You see the 180 engulfing totally, right? Plus we have high volume node 13, high volume node 20. So I can use probably this 1949. Look at the monthly. So if we can get, and this is, we haven't seen one of these in a while. Look at the open, I mean, the alligator or whatever mouth. This is 21 all the way to 38. So that's like a double that we can nail right there. Now with the news from Tesla, hit Gigafactory, all that stuff, I don't know if that's going to be affecting the competition, but I think Neo said that they're not going to be lowering the prices in China, something like that. Got to check the news too. But anyways, 28 is like right there. So for Neo, I know we have this at 24, but I was looking today for the 20. I'll tell you what my entry was. What 21, 22. My target was $23. We never made it. So we made like 70 cents on that one. Not really that much, but 21, 22 was, we didn't have the volume. So this one's still on. I know this is a good reference point. The 50, we use it a lot, but I want to pay attention just to this node right here. Basically matches 23, 23, 30, 23, 25, and then 28. Okay. It's not going to be easy. 23, 25, and 28. The only thing I can say as far as my rules go is I needed to be trading high volume and clean. If you don't see it like that, it's not going to go. It's not going to go. It has a lot of overhead support, overhead resistance, I'm sorry, no overhead support. So XPV, this one, I don't even know how it trades anymore. So you can do a momentum, but you can find it anywhere like 30 to 33. That could be tomorrow, by the way, into earnings. So XPV, just because it's earnings coming, let me see when the earnings is coming. 328. So yeah, probably that could be a good run into earnings. Yes, I like it. 30 for 33. Run into earnings. Write it down so we remember why we trade in them, right? Because then we forget and then we just pretend that it's gonna we're gonna be always doing the same. Lucid, I think that one's from here. That's not Chinese anymore. LCID. Lucid, we were talking about 31, 34. I like the monthly, what's going on, how we're setting up. Still need time. I think it does need time. I want to get clear of this area. I don't have any anxiety over missing this one because I think it can give us a really good move once it goes. So it stays the same. I think it's 31 for 34. Now we can be, let me adjust that one. 30, that's the same. 31 for 30, 36. Yeah. So same thing over, yeah, 31 Go for 35, 35, 36. That's a good 20% move right there. So lose it, can make some money, ideally. Are the securities still, you want me to go over oil? Because I know you guys have been trading oil, or you want me to go into securities?
Yeah, let's check the oil.
The sugar the oil. So what do you guys do? USO. So I think we talked about CVX last. I think we touched it right at the end. So okay. So this is what's going on with oil, right? So Russia, whatever. So you guys know that I trade oil, but I like to trade it just as a swing trade, right? So this is a run. This is the pullback. Guess where the pullback? At the base. Here's all. So it doesn't matter what Putin says. It doesn't matter what Zelensky said, whatever. It's not a coincidence that you break out of the base, make an extended move, and then when you crash all the way down to the base right here. That's where they pick it up at 70, whatever it is, and now it's at $80. I don't know what's that for Brent. Okay, so let's look at one of the ones that we were like, we agreed that it was one of the better ones, right? CVX, because of the options and stuff. So last time we were talking, it was a 3.8, right? And I said, like, yeah, you can play momentum, but we need a pullback. So exactly, if you didn't buy it, you haven't missed it. You haven't missed anything. Basically, the trade would have been like traded with. That's why I don't trade the oil, right? You have to trade it with the actual commodity. Would have been like the entry right here, 158, and you up good 7 points, right? If I come into my charts and I'm just going to pretend this is any normal stock, I see narrow band, narrow days. ATR is 5.3 on a $160 stock. So ATR is a little tight for me. I think once, I mean, you got to hold this 157. Once you break 157, you go all the way to probably 140. So under 157, 140, over 170 new all-time highs, 174 new all-time highs. Okay, so that's CVX. Oxy, I think it looks better, right? So this one is not trading like oil. Why? Because I don't see the steep pullback that it did. What I see is a lot of accumulation right here. Looks like accumulation. I know this was one of the ideas yesterday as a daily breakout play. That's the green line. You know, that's what I call my green line. Now, what I'm missing is, look at the volume. Bullshit. I'm sorry. Low volume. So today we have an 81. So that's not something. I want to see some volume so that you can have some big move, some breakout move. So if we get a move, I get it. I like the pattern, and we can see $69 on that one. So probably to the 70s, but I want to do it as a continuation move, right? This is what I want to do. I don't want to be messing with this one versus 69 because I don't know if this one's going to hold. So probably we can go all the way to 52, and we still bullish, right? We still be bullish, but I want to make sure, look how it trades. Look, you see, it moves up and then it just drifts out of the blue, 3 or 4 days. So I think this is like probably 62.40 momentum trade for 10% move. So let's write down Oxy off the daily breakout play. We're going to try to bring a Momo trade over 62.5 for $70 and 73. So that's Oxy. I think the other one that was set it up, because I saw it on my screen, was ExxonMobil. So that's the same 1-2 that we saw in Oxy, because this is momentum. All I'm going to be doing with this one, if I do, it's momentum. Now, what I'm missing again is the volume. This one is also indicating that there's not a lot of momentum to the upside, which I can see it here with the volume. The volume, what he's telling me is like, yeah, we're going up, but look at the momentum, look at the volume, no volume. So this is exactly the same. Now, can this change? Of course, it can change tomorrow with some news or whatever, and then you see it, the news, catalyst, and the momentum and the volume. So you know you can trade it. But in that case, you trade 82.50 for 85 and 91. So you don't need my help for that one, I think. So 82.50 485. That's pretty simple momentum trading of whatever it is, like a gap or Oxy. So we did Oxy, XOM, CVX, oil. What else do you have for oil? Vale, I think it was in play a couple days ago. Yeah, it's just the gap up. MRO, VLO, sorry. Yeah, that was the V that I was thinking. That was yesterday because it hit like a high. Same pattern right here, right? It's like when we used to trade the oils back when they were cheaper, or airlines or the banks were just pure momentum. So just set it up. If that's a trade you like, you set it up, and you know your trigger is 95. So you go 95 to 100, of course. Right here, that's what the sellers are, between 100 and 101. So you can absolutely nail those 5 points right there, 5%. Again, make sure it's a clean chart right that day. So where we go from here, guys? You guys being more active than me trading intraday, so it's oil, MPC. That is I like this one. This one's different. This one's different somewhat. Marathon, and we're in a major squeeze. 16 days, right? So it should have. It hasn't run like the other ones. So 5-3. So we still got plenty of time for that one. Yeah, I like this weekly. This is a beautiful weekly with yeah, I like this one better. Yeah, this could be a good swing for 10% at least. So 81.40 MRO. Thank you for that one. MPC, I'm sorry, MPC marathon. So 81.40, 81.40, 81.50 for 88.90. Yeah, 88.45 is a prior high. And then probably 92.30, 94, 92.40. This is I'm trying to swing it. I'm going to see if I can swing it. I like the pattern. Again, guys, look at the difference in the pattern. Pull back, and now we're just accumulating right here. Appears to be, right? Appears to be an accumulation, right? Look at this. And we see it here, 16 days, just right here. We have a massive volume day in here. So that signals something happening here. I don't know what. They try to break it here, break out, didn't happen. No volume today, no interest. Probably they're gonna come up with some news sooner rather than later. Pains. Oh no, let's see. Oh, we're still doing social media, right? I totally forgot about that thing. Now it's all about the metaverse. So Snap daily over 40. That could because I think Twitter was hot a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I totally forgot about the social media. Nobody's doing social media anymore. At least not me. Not the kids I know. They got bored with that thing. So 40. Look at 40. Look at the 40. That could be interesting. 40 or 45. Pretty simple. 40, 45. Snap. And this thing, I remember, used to be hot. So 40 for 45 or 50. And I just round it up, right? Because I don't know, it's the actual real trigger will be like 41.63. But I want to look at that once we start getting into 39.60. Probably that's going to be the same day. It's going to take some news and then we do it. So let's do the Snap. Let's do the pins, the Carter, broth, and look at that, right into those levels from 2020. I think that's pre-pandemic, the pandemic levels. No, pandemic was $10, and then it started coming back at 20. Pinterest. We should do a Pinterest for stock trading. I don't think that's gonna work. Anyways, massive volume, point of control on a daily. We got so many lines right here. 27. I don't Man, that's 10, 20%. Let's write it down. Let's put some alerts. Pins 27.70 for 30 bucks. Target one for sure. That's a pivot right here. That's a pivot, right? And yeah, you'll probably see 28, 30 bucks. And then Twitter, I don't know what happened last week. Yeah, I knew there was something in Twitter. Check pins, no volume. Check Snap, no volume. Check Twitter. Yeah, I knew it was hitting my scanners. Look, massive volume into here, and that's exactly where we went today. Try to, so 39.25, it's today, it's 2 days ago, it's right here, which is 39.06, it's right here. So 39 is a level for this thing. So 39, 16, 14. Sorry guys, but you're gonna have to see this. Over 39.25 is a big level. Yeah, we can go 40 bucks. No, 40 it is. What am I talking about? 44-ish. Right? Because I can't remember Jack anymore. So the platform, I use the platform. So that's the 40. Once we start getting into the 40, we'll watch it. If we have one of these days, because this is big volume, something's up with this thing. Look at this thing. The red, where we top, 39.25. So we got the big level, 39.25. And then we got another one big level right here at 39.25. You kidding me? Yeah, good thing we went through this. Man, thank you so much. Something's up with this. Okay, so that's Twitter. What else are we missing? Zim. What is Zim? Zim integrated shipping services. Massive uptrend on the monthly chart. Pullback. Oh, I don't know if this one even has options. But I mean, as far as the daily chart, I mean, it's a gap down into support 30.75. So it was a long today. And you can go for 85. Continuation, Zim, continuation. Wow, dividends, what's that? Okay, Zoom. So Zoom, oh my God. Every time I put this chart, I remember when Kyle, myself, we were shorting this thing at the 600, 550, I think it was. And I couldn't hold into that because it was so hard to hold. I was trying to do it with like a 3-point stop for a $500 stock. Oh my God, that's so bad. That's so bad. That thing went down $94. 500 points short. My God, horrible. Anyways, so again, this is one of those reversals that I don't like to do, because if I see the market strong, I can do the Qs easier than try to mess with this thing for unless I really see a big pattern or something. I don't see it. The volume is not there. So not call, but you know, if we go over 136, keep me posted, please, because that will be probably something that we want to keep an eye. So Zoom over 136, alert, not a call. Sam wants what is it? Oh yeah, Microsoft, yes, 310, 315, 325. Yes, thank you. Zoom is on my list. Okay, 105s. So Jose on semiconductor, on semis. Is this the weekly that is telling me something? Let's see. Remember, guys, all I do is chart reading. So I need to see something that jumps at me, or I guess you can trade it from 63 to 68, like everything. AOSL. What happened to Coupa? Okay, this one is different. I'm not sure how it trades as far as options, but this is what I call a second day play. So absolutely a second day play if you want to do it. Yeah, over 63.74 for it should give you 10% move. 10. Yep. AOSL. Momo second day play 64 for 70.
Let's get
Okay.
the airliners and the cruises, please, Mario.
Sure. So let's do airlines, which is AAL. And that's a beautiful hammer right into 13, right here into the point of control, longer term point of control. It's probably where the pilots buy their options, or they get their options if they're lucky. So 78 right here, that's a big volume day. So we're holding right there. So pretty good place for a trade. 1690, 18 AAL, pretty good. That's what I'm talking about. We can make 10% easily on that one, right? And it could be tomorrow. For all I care, all we need is 1687, 1690 volume, some news. We hit 18, and then of course 19. But I think 18 is like the easy, low-hanging fruit. That's AAL. Then we have Delta. That supposedly they're gonna buy some planes from Boeing, and then we have the accident again. So for Delta, it's kind of hard. This one's kind of hard because we're far from the 27 that we have in here, of course. So we missed the easier money, and now we're trying to hold into the 35. Actually, if we go under 35, we can probably short it, right? I'm just calling what the chart is telling me. So momentum is down, we're going up. Let's see if we recover. So under 35 for 30, Delta. So if you start running 38, yeah, 38, 39, but then probably just go to AAL, which has a better chart. And then Southwest, pretty similar to the chart in AAL. Difference is we don't have the massive support that we have in AAL. What else? Delta. Love AAL.
CCL.
CCL. Oh, that's cruise lines. Okay, the cruise lines. Are they up with the? Yeah, we out, right? 322. Oh, that's today. They reported today.
Yeah, that was this morning.
Okay, cool. Wow, we're in the middle of nowhere, Kyle. Actually, in the middle of everywhere. That's a better way to put it. Look at this pivot right here. Look at this one. Look at this. So this is a lower high. And then we started like a little bit of an uptrend, then came down. So this compromised the uptrend. Double right here, new low. So are we going to go down? So they check you out here. They check you out here. They check you out of here. So now this is a lower high after a new low, because this is a new low for the year. So is this a lower high? If this is a lower high, that aligns with what I'm seeing in Delta, which is 17 for 14. Wow. I don't know what to do with this one. No call on CCL. How about the other ones? RCL, RCH, no, Roger Caribbean, RCL, right? Yeah, Roger Caribbean. Oh, see the weekly. Don't let me forget about Ford, please. I don't know. NCLH. This one looks better. Couple things I like a little better about this one. This one is near all of these consolidate, all of this volume node right here at 1835. So we can go 2350, 2150. So probably this is the one I'll take. 2025 My God, NCHL over 2025 4. Of course, target one is 2174 or that area, and then it's 23, the actual one that I want. 2370. That's the one I want. Otherwise, it's not even 10%, 10, 15%. Let me see the weekly. If the weekly's telling us something, I want to see who's in control of these things, but it's just sideways. It's just so hard to see those charts. So yeah, but this is just like the market. I don't know if, yeah, they're running with the market. Let's see if they continue running with the market. So probably 20, 25, 21, 20. Yeah, that's a cheap. Let's see 4, because I know we've been working on this monthly buy now, which is over 1815. We're not there yet. Look at the volume right here, 1785. Once we start hitting 1785. 18, 19, and then we go back into the weekly chart. Let me see the weekly chart pretty fast right here. Yep, that's the weekly chart I like. Look at that. Let me take this off so you can see it before better. Let me take that price level. Let me take this price level. And what we have is a weekly uptrend. This is a base, solid base, new move up, small base, blasted off on all the good news that they have, coming down, rejection all the way to the 50 MA, which is here, same pivot, 1642. So we should have been long 1642, right? So we're a little late. 1670 is our best entry. And then we take it for 18 and 1950. So yep, for 1950. Problem is the entry. So of course the entry, we're a little late. We wanted 1613. I don't think we're gonna get there, but I'm just gonna put an alert just in case we have a bad day or some bad news. Here's the other thing I like. Look at the divergence in momentum right here, right? So we have this to the sell side, and then we make a new low. Not really that momentum, so I like it. I like it, and I like the long-term view per the weekly chart and the monthly chart. GM, just why not? We're there. So GM touched the 42, so now we up 10% of the lows. Let me see the weekly. See the weekly telling us something similar to Ford. Went a little bit too far, but I think this could be also a decent trade for a 10% move. For a 10% move, that's what we're looking. I don't see much more potential because 49, 45, and we're still like in the middle of nowhere. So this is like reversal. These are all reversal trades. What else, guys? We got a couple minutes. And DraftKings, are you guys watching those? Let's say, because there's some of the things that hit my scans every now and then. Airbnb, I think that one's hot. A couple days ago, we had the move. I thought it was hotter. 140. This, wow, it's a spring right there. Look at the sideways move. Look at the sideways move. Stop everybody out right here. Lower high, boom. So, but this is a tough one to trade too. Weekly, trying to come up with a thesis here. I think it's all momentum. 171. Once we go 172, 171, 84, 172, we can hit the 190, guys. Yep. Airbnb. Ready for the summer. 172 to 190. PSTGANet. Is that security? Yeah, that's security. Arista. Yeah, and I like CrowdStrike. I want to check CrowdStrike too. I like this. Look at the move, igniting move. Beautiful today. 34, nice pattern. I like the weekly too. Yeah, this is momentum. monthly buy. ANET, I'm not sure how the options are for this one, but it looks good. I used to have it. I used to watch it. So this one's just momentum over 136 for 140 and 148. I would check that the other one that I like in here is the CRWD. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think it was last week then that they reported. Look at the weekly chart, beautiful weekly chart, and then it's gone. Yep, totally missed this one. 200, 220, 234 continuation, CRWD. Are we doing solars anymore?
No, but I saw the memes going today.
Oh, because they were, oh my God, AMC was buying, what was it that they bought? He bought a stake in
the gold mine. That was like last week though, I think.
Yeah, I think it was that. So massive volume. Okay. Wow, it's back to 12. It's back to 12. We can, I mean, absolutely, we can absolutely do this for momentum trading. I mean, it's just scalping, right? If you guys are aware of implied volatility, how to use it, how to work it, but yeah, 10% easily on AMC. I mean, what are we gonna say about this? That it's like they can bring this team up on anything. But what I like is like where everything is happening. So yes, over 20, it's a long, absolutely. So AMC over 20, right? And I'm talking over 20, that's a break, right? 2065, 2075, that's a break. So you can always trade it 1826 to there. I assume it's going to be the same day. So let's put some alerts on 19, 1920 so that I can be on top of that and move in case it starts doing. So this one is GME, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, this is different, guys. Yeah, this is different. This one just started today, but I think GME has been going for after the earnings report. Not sure what the news was. Okay. Don't want to waste time right there. Just stick with the charts. So 123. Let's see the weekly. Hourly. Wow, that was a clean pattern today. My God. Whew.
Yeah, we need
Solid.
Carly to put us in that one.
Yeah, man. Solid arbol. Beautiful 15. Wow. Wow. This was absolutely an easy trade today. Oh my God, it's 148 overnight already. Yeah, it's 148. So let's see. So we're gapping up right here to 150. That's what it is, guys. So over pre-market high, you know where it goes, like 160. So let's play. Let's play some games right here. So GME, right? So what I do is like 148, right? So I'm gonna be looking at tomorrow. So tomorrow, 148, I'm gonna be opening around this area, right? So this area is gonna have a high of 160. So I know 160 is gonna be a reference point, right? So the next reference point is gonna be whatever we put as a low overnight. Oh my God, it's gonna be 125. So I'm gonna let it trade all the way. I hope it's gonna be like 140. So we can probably do 140, 160. Right? Once you start losing 140, I'm going to be looking for shorts. But if you start holding 150, 160, ultimate target is 170. Okay? Pretty simple gap play. What I don't like about it gapping up is the fact that it's gapping up already 100%. So we coming from 74, we opening 150. So there's going to be people that actually double their money in 3 or 4 days, right? So probably there's going to be some profit taking. I want to see that profit taken being absorbed pretty fast. So I'll say they're going to be profit taking at 143, that area right there. That's exactly where we are. So that's when I'm going to be putting some alerts. But this, I mean, there's no way I'm going to be like so aggressive on this one. If it's going to go, they're going to keep buying. This is huge. 50 million shares. So I'll probably get a good entry mid-morning probably. So that's the plan for tomorrow, right? So we look at where the base, bottom of the base is after hours. We have the 150, which is going to be the high of the day. I don't think they're going to run it before that because now risk reward is too high, right? So 150, 160. Now what we need to find is if we're going to be 140 or 135. Simple. We're going to have like a 30, 25 point to play. Good catch. Good catch. Triple BY meme stock 23 is that running to 2485. 2485 is high of the day. Very different pattern. Very different pattern. It is a meme stock, but look at this one. This was bought heavily between 100 and 123, and today they're getting paid. They're gapping up. So beautiful, beautiful trade after earnings. I don't know what they say in earnings. I didn't pay attention to this one, to be honest, guys. Yep, look at that. Beautiful sell setup, trap all the shorts. Whoever was short that thing, yeah. On the other one, yeah, triple BY. I saw BB the other day. Yes. This is the last one, guys. BlackBerry. $7.90. $7.74. This could be interesting. I'm gonna put an alert right there. $7.80. I'm gonna watch it just because of this. So look at the weekly. Hard. Definitely is going to be GME, guys. So we're done for the day. Keep an eye on GME. Keep an eye on Nvidia. Same idea that we discussed. The Roblox is also a good one to keep. So there's like 30 to 40 good ideas over there that we can work over the next couple of weeks. And hopefully we're going to be able to nail some more 40, 50% movers, which is amazing. And it helps a lot with whatever your goals are. Okay, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you.